alive for the 5 o'clock street party. Oh god, I can't even say what just came out. Oh, we're off to a horrendous start. What am I? The Mama Jamma. That's what's about to come out of my mouth. Oh man. I am obviously the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. Your spiritual psychoanalyst on a Friday, then Saturday, Sunday. I hope you turned the music up real loud because it definitely is pumping. Pump up the jams. It's that 5 o'clock fucking street party. Do you do this? No, I don't do this, bro. I didn't walk in like this. It's inside me. Explosive West Coast shit. Come on, don't make this one of those funky videos. Play that funky music, white boy. Come on, is this like a birthday tribute to fucking Marshall? I'm gonna have Marilyn Monroe in about 2 seconds singing Happy Birthday, Mr. President. Hey, you know what I told him? I was like, hey, if the allegations are true, I need to exit quietly from your DMs. I'm not getting caught up in another third party. I feel very conflicted of the fact that I just confessed my love to you and now you have a girlfriend. I feel a fucking pattern happening here. Seriously? Could possibly be. I don't know. They saw him with a girl and said that that's his girlfriend. Why not? He needs one. You got to put one on him for him to have one. I put on for my city. Otherwise, they had good allegations. I feel like they had a good, conversation. For the fact is, what was she doing there? What was the point of their meeting at the spaghetti factory? Oh, now I'm dead. Have you guys ever been to the spaghetti factory? I'm trying to keep a straight face. Oh my god. It's a restaurant. It's not his mom's spaghetti. They say it's authentic Italian food. I have great memories of being at the spaghetti factory. Oh, come on, dude. I'm having too much fun already. I am your spiritual psychoanalyst, the Lilith reincarnated. Many great things, but I am the divine feminine. Today is a Friday. In order to keep up with me, you had to catch what I post to my community page, my latest live video, and my short. I have a great short to go with this short. Too short. Blow the whistle. Come on, you guys. Joyful, joyful. I hear a different tune. In heaven. I'm the one in the room playing the dark music. I made jokes in the beginning. When I started to get into my priesthood, it was very official that a witch dances naked under the moon, under the fire and to the music. And I was like, what kind of music do we play? Play that funky music. That's twice that came out of my mouth. I made lots of jokes about it. What kind of music are you supposed to dance naked to under the moon? Being a whole witchy witch. Trying not to get caught by the police that are right across the fucking trees. If I go big, if I do anything, I do it so big and dangerous. My first full moon ceremony, I was so scared of getting caught. Because they're like, yeah, it's traditional. Just make sure that everybody knows what you're doing. And I couldn't figure out where the fuck I was going to go and do this crazy shit. And then I had to pick the place that, the next door neighbors to the sheriff's department. They're afraid of the cemetery. It was a great thing. Oh, man. Seriously, yeah. Anyway, so the music and the beat goes on. What are we talking about? Well, we talked about Metatron and how to they don't know the invocation. They don't know how to invoke this angel, bro. I pulled out this card and that was a big deal. I was like, yeah, you don't want this angel in your life. It just enters into the mind. And that's what I was talking about. Okay, so in my community page, I posted in my earlier video, God called me. That's Gabriel, bro. That's Gabriel. That's Gabriel. That's Gabriel. Blow the whistle. Boop, 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 boop. Hey, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to sleep. No, first thing in the morning, he's all, you need to fight. You gotta fight. Come on. Are we gonna sing through this whole dance? Can you imagine me in front of like fucking hundreds of thousands of people? And I'm just sitting here laughing at myself? It's so hard to be me. I'm really me, but the shit that comes out, we're just fucking rolling at the shit, bro. Keep rolling. I'm trying if you'd stop interrupting with the fucking song and dance. Anyway, so I was called to fucking get up and stand up. Alright? Come on, Bob Marley. We're going to talk about love. Just so you know, that's why I'm really laughing. Oh, man. He's the lover's card. He's like the highest level of love. You can't get there without so much rehabilitational love into your life and spreading of love. You have to have planted so many seeds of love to reach that level. It's almost like coins, bro. You had to plant so much love to get to him. And I said in the earlier video, how did I get to him? Going hard for Bobby, loving him. And then here he is. Ta-da! Which means I'm going to be all mind-fucked in this place. And that's really where I am. My mind has shifted into another place. What is it? I don't know. Special Victims Unit. Ta-da! There's this great tune. You know that tune? Law and Order? Boop, 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 boop. I have a perfect outfit for this. I've been training for this position my whole life. Really? No, for real. I didn't realize. Because I don't really live in this world and I don't see it as so serious, but it was pretty serious with this dude. And so the Holy Spirit told me this morning we needed to fucking lawyer up and fucking go after the Salvation Army. Like, really? Don't they tell me that all the time? You need to stand up to these motherfuckers. You make me do this shit all the time, bro. For real. Everywhere I go. Every other city we go. Thanks, Pac. Are you the one playing DJ No Skills back there? Ha ha ha! Mamma Jamma, that was a good one. You contributed that one. I like it. All right. You started the party. Okay, let me take over from here. Anyway, so how do you get into this angel? It's the highest level. He is the closest thing to God, which we read in the card earlier. How do you get there? By love, bro. There's no other way. Spread the love. So, anyways, we start in all these layers that I teach you all the time. Now, the other day, we went into the back layer of this where I was like, I never get there. We talked about how you change after this is done. You change in this society, empathy, your alone time. Everything changes. Everything changes. We went to start. I didn't start because it goes on and on and on and on. So we're going to go on and on and on. Now, I pulled the Fool card. This is, by the time I read the pages, this is already confirmation to what I am. We'll just say that. I am. So it's either currently what I am or currently what I've been through. This is my current state of being. Okay? I am the Divine Feminine. What does that mean? I am your feelings. All wrapped up into a human body called the Divine Feminine. There's God, who is your actions and your mind and your logic and your will to do shit. And then there's this huge other part of you that you deny, which is your feelings. All throughout the week, I teach you about all the different feelings that we experience through the mundane life and how it has effects on us. And I teach you how to alchemize your feelings so you can have the right action, take the right actions, right? So pretty much is I nurture you to align with God. Now, we talked about that earlier, which is the sun sign and aligning with God, who is the sun. God is the sun, goddess is the moon. I am the goddess of the moon, which is the goddess of your emotions, all the ranges of them, but I am the dark goddess, so I'm here to help you through your dark emotions. Now, after alchemizing so many layers of my being through past life experiences replayed here called karma, I accessed home. I had broken myself free from the human experience by only, experiencing what I needed to experience. So that's what we do when we get back on our path, okay? This is my current state of being, and this is how people, if there is another one in the whole wide world, would be like me. This is the change in perspective on love. All right, love. You begin to love yourself and allow your barriers to break down. Enabling your heart, you'll have to catch the Fool card, the Aries card, that we pulled. Was it yesterday morning? Fuck, I can't keep up with time. That's Father Time over there. Time doesn't exist to me. I run through all different types of time. I'm Kali. Time doesn't exist to me. Alright, enabling your heart to love others without expectation or condition. You're understanding that we all are interconnected and are all fragments of one love. And you wish to help the world become a better place. You want everyone to understand and feel the wholeness and yearn to make the world a better place. You have journeyed through the utter darkness with only the dark goddess for unwelcome company as she stripped away all you knew. She heard your soul's call to embrace the wisdom of the crone, and you had no choice but to accept her invitation and welcome her in. Now, having walked with the dark goddess, perhaps you have no longer fearful of her, for it was she who had been your only friend, even though she led your desolation. It was your deep, silent wishes to desire spiritually evolve, to live as your authentic self that brought about your dark experience. And that's it. What brings on your awakening? Your higher self calls it in. And I know it because when I had that meeting, I wasn't even awoke. I told everybody in the first video, I could feel my heart having a conversation with a white entity on top of a mountain. I heard my heart say to this entity, "Where have you been? I was waiting for you." And at that very time, something else activated in the sky, almost on the top of another mountain. And there was 3 of us, like a triangle. But I don't know what the third thing was that heard our conversation, is what I said in that very first video 3 years ago. I learned the voice of my heart. I heard it. I watched it talk. How did I find out it was Gabriel? Not till about a week later. He came back to visit me, and he gave me this vision of crashing through this. It was a crazy one. I don't even want to get into that vision. And that's what it is. He came to me again, like I told everyone. The last time I saw him and he blew his horn was in Oklahoma. I was in Oklahoma during what was about to become a very serious race war. And I was asked to speak up. Not in Oklahoma, just in our world. And I was asked to speak up and fight this, which was putting my energy into it, and by that, the collective energy of the people that I was listening to. We're putting thoughts and feelings into this. We're pouring fucking heart energy onto a conversation that nobody's talked about that's currently happening. Everybody else is talking negative, and they're fueling this with manifestations of negative talk. We come over here and I start these conversations and we start crying about it and breaking it down. So we're putting water, which is emotions. We're putting water on this enormous fire that's happening out there, just like Nicki Minaj. And when I put water on it, but best believe I go and fucking try to anoint that bitch. All these demons that are going on out there. We have heartfelt conversations where they know that they're seen and they're heard, and that it's rationalized on this side and God forgives them, but they need to turn from their motherfucking ways. And I caught J. Cole in the very beginning of all that shit. In the very beginning, I caught all 3 of them and said, "Don't do this. There's no turning back. Don't do this. This is just, don't do this." And that's what it is. It's like, some people catch that energy and they give into it and shit. It's just a fucking energy upon us, bro. Hate crime upon us. Don't feed into the energy. So anyways, going back to it, you're made to wake up, and it's a very painful experience. Now, there's the awakening, but then there's enlightenment, where people just go through these, midlife crises, and they have a higher perception of life, a more respect, more gratitude. They become the closer to source in one way or another. They become, they might become spiritual freaks where you see them, doing yoga and shit. They might start going to church. They have a spiritual level up. You have to go through a lot of those. Like, that's the common saying around here. You don't get to be like me without waking up with Kobe Bryant at 4 o'clock in the morning, doing this shit 5, 6, 7 times a day, taking harsh fucking memories and harsh feelings towards yourself and towards the world and towards God, and alchemizing them like we do. We do this on a Friday. We'll take like 1 or 2. But we do this shit. Me and Kobe are up doing this all the time. As soon as that mind turns on, they put all kinds of fucking shit work to do. Look at this shit that bothers you. Let it hurt you. Let it anger you. Now let's deal with it. That's what we do right here. We alchemize the fucking dark feelings. by literally going into them and letting them fuck us up. Really? So it's a dark experience, and people don't come back from where I've been. They've never done it. It's in all these books, obviously. It's called, you know what I mean? It's called a spiritual evolution, but nobody does it. Nobody does it. I ain't got nothing bad to say to you. Through your long recovery, you were forced into dormancy, just like the trees. I repeated all this. We're going to jump down here. The Dark Goddess takes you to the depths of the abyss, to your own private hell, her gift of death and rebirth, but through these grim teachings of hers, you will emerge stronger and wiser. You will become whole and complete, and light and dark in perfect balance, and know yourself perfectly. Just as she had done for me, and the Dark Goddess will strip you down to your bare bones until you no longer recognize who you were, and you will lose your confidence after having been betrayed, ignored, and bullied, and everything else that contributed to the darkness. It's almost unreal, because when I bought the book, I felt like I invocated some darkness into my life. It was only meant to guide me, but I swear, every time I turned the page, bro, this was literally happening in my life. They were fucking, where are we at right now? 300 fucking pages of fucking hell. And I couldn't just read the book. It wasn't a fucking page turner, let me tell you. I was like, dude, this book should have came with a fucking warning that this was, you know what I mean, that I was going to bring such hell upon myself. It wasn't. The book didn't bring it. It literally guided me. And if this woman really went through it, and any other person really did this, like if this book has the power, like what made you buy it? The fucking color. I'm drawn to this color. If you look at my altar, it is filled with this color. What color? Purple. This color, bitch. It's a theme. I was drawn to the color. And so I got the book. And then we began the journey. The journey into the dark night of the soul. The very beginning pages told me what was going to happen, but we weren't listening. We weren't listening. I wasn't listening. And it was too late. I was already stuck in these levels of fucking hell, bro. And I had to learn, like, as I read a page, it was telling me what I've been through and how to view it differently. But triggers, dude, everything fucking bothered me, dude. I was so, like, dude, the stages of this shit is so unreal. So when I can pull these cards and tell you where you are in your fucking feelings of hell, I am the goddess of fucking hell. Now, as it tells you in this book, you had nobody but your goddess, or nobody but the Dark Goddess. I didn't, because I am the Dark Goddess. So I had fucking Kobe and fucking Pac, and fucking Nipsey came pretty fast, obviously, but mainly it was Michael Jackson. The top three. Michael Jackson was always fucking pouring in love. Always pouring in love. Kobe was always pushing me, like, almost to the point where I was like, you're just insensitive, motherfucker. You're just absolutely motherfucking insensitive to the whole shit, bro. The whole shit, bro. You're, like, so insensitive. And then I had Pac, who was, you know what I mean, seriously joking. He was serious, but it was, you know, he'd make jokes along the way. He kept the humor up. He kept the spirit up. But that's what I had going on, bro. And through this whole thing, and I documented the whole shit, bro. It's been some shit. And that's how I can guide you, because I'm the only one that's really, I mean, unless she really did it, I don't know. Her stories are through in here, but not like, nah, like my stories. She uses more stories of the Dark Goddess, which is me replaying these stories in real life. That's where it gets so unfucking believable. Because she's talking about the Dark Goddess's stories in time, and that time, which is me reclaiming my Dark Goddess, starts happening. The only other option could be I was a full psychic and all these goddesses took over my body. Either way, they don't sound good. And everybody watched it. So it's up to your interpretation when you watch the documentary of how this all happened. But the integration of every single one of my past lives happened during these times. I replayed this shit to the fucking T, bro. No, it replayed in my life. Every fucking bit of this shit, bro. Where was I at Famanach? I had just found out that Russ had a fucking girlfriend. Where'd that take me? Oh, lovely. Straight into hell. How'd I get out of there? Every fucking stage of this bitch, bro. I know where you are mentally. Because I've been there for fucking months upon years. Because it happens in seasons. We'll be there again. I'll see you when you get there, bro. We go through this together. It's upon us. It's literally up on us. Up on us. Get down on it. She said the same motherfucking Scorpio that led her on and all this shit disappeared after a couple of days. It was like, oh, you know what? She's like, I was halfway through his natal chart. He was like, I'm gonna go back to my wife. I was like, dude, I sent mine back to his wife. I was like, exactly. I was like, and Morgan said that, you know, she brought some man into his life and she kicked him out within 2 days. They lasted 2 days. It was just an energy, a quick flash. A quick flash. And all we were left with was the healing. And that's all we fucking needed. You were here as nothing more as an initiator to our healing. Every time you come around on that weak ass shit, bro, we become stronger on that strong ass shit. Russ never got that. Nobody ever gets that shit, bro. You come playing those weak games and you make strong ass women out of us. And that's what it is. They're just games. These are just levels to the fucking devils and the bullshit. Really? Yeah, bro. We're just here playing this stupid game called the Wheel of Life. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, don't expect to win too big. Actually, I'm in a winning mode, bro. We are winning. Fate is in our hands. Anyways, going through this. So yeah, it's a fucked up journey, dude. For real, man, I documented the whole thing. I'm the only person. She wrote a couple pages, bro, but I have fucking over 3,000 videos of this shit. Really? A bitch gone bad. Let's see. You no longer recognize yourself. It was the dark goddess, for she knew the moment you had nothing left, she would be able to start building you back up again, bit by bit, to restore you to your highest potential. And that's my higher self, guiding me. Just like today. She's like, I'm so glad you did it. I didn't want to. I didn't ever thought of it. They woke up and made me do it. I just do what the fuck I'm told. God had a plan, and he planned this whole out. He made me sit with that sheet. I was like, let me confirm some things with you. I literally walked up when he had just told you. She's like, yeah, he just told me, dude. I didn't know what to say. You walked up right then. I was like, okay, that's what my spirit said. I was like, he planned this whole thing. Now, I was like, he's pushing me into a new level, because everything that happens on my page, people are afraid of this. They are so afraid of this, of exposed, the truth coming out, and there be some problem on their life. But this is a real one, where I have to step out of my field of, you know, somewhat privacy, and we have to, you know what I mean, take this to litigation. When you are a fucking, you know what I mean, that's where it is. I deal with psychopaths all the fucking time. But when you're a danger to yourself and a danger to others, then I have to seek professional help. And that was what happened to, you know, that family when they came up and said that the boy was molesting the girl. I have had so many fucking stories of fucking trauma-based events that has happened in this fucking building, bro. Down to, you know what I mean? If we didn't have fucking trauma before we got here, we definitely got it now. I've been recording this since I got there. To the kids that were wandering through the fucking... There's been so much fucking unbelievable shit that has happened here on this fucking property that is triggering and traumatizing. Right? Now, we live through it. We live and die in LA, bro. It's just like, and that's where it is. It's like, I see what you mean, but this is where God's got me. For this type of reasoning, bro. First off, reach the ones you can and change their minds so they can be on a better path. Otherwise, set this bitch on fire. Burn this bitch down. Get who you can out and set it on fire. And that's exactly what happened at the last shelter. I did this with fucking, you know what I mean, up north. That's it. Try to fucking get the good ones out and fucking let everyone else burn to the motherfucking ground. This place is fucking rotten. I told you that, dude. The staff are stealing. They're doing all this shit. There's all of this, that, and the other. Why? Because of the organization that hired them, dude. The organization that's running it, that's trying to run out. We're gonna get them on their fucking way out, bro. So anyways, I was guided to call a lawyer. I didn't know who. Who the fuck am I supposed to call? Ghostbusters. So I called this one, and the lady says, she's like, I'm a nurse, something. I'm covering for the intake specialist. And so I tell her the story. She's like, I have no idea. What I'm going to do is take, you know, all this information, and I'm going to try to reach out to the lawyers, but it's Friday, so we'll see. Right? So every lawyer firm usually has two names, so-and-so and so-and-so. She gets back to me. I'm in a deep-ass coma, middle of the day coma, because there's no fucking air conditioning on top of everything, right? And she calls me out of nowhere, and she's like, you know, I talked to them, and Sir so-and-so wants to meet with you personally, or would like to talk to you personally about all of this. They handle civil cases of what I had called them about, but this is a big one to take on with a huge organization. This place, they had the same thing happen. I don't know the details, and I have to do a little bit of my own information, or my own research. But they had the same thing happen at the other family shelter, where there was a sexual assault on one of the families, one of the women of the families. I don't know if this is the same guy. They won't tell me. I tried to get Red earlier today to tell me. I was like, you guys know something. All of you know this isn't a one-off. You're all talking about it, but nobody wants to tell us. Can you tell us? It's like, I can't anymore. It's becoming an investigation. I can't speak on anything. All I know is they want me to tell what you told me and that you showed me the clip. And that's it too. Is I asked Diana. Diana said they haven't took any full statements or anything yet. Nothing yet? No, not until we sit down with it. But they already had to talk about it, and they need to, you know what I mean? They're going to start one. And basically, they're going to try to sweep this under, and that's what happened. When that kid fell out of the window, that Salvation Army all of a sudden pulled out of freaking having contracts with the family shelters. Really? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and then the next thing you know, we didn't have somebody that was going to take over. So Red pointed out something to me today. Although that they're, right now, all of the employees are employees of, you know, Salvation Army, and that's what I was worried about, is retaliation for doing this. They're on their way out, and the new company is on their way in. So they're only, you know what I mean, they're only over my roof for another 2 months, is what he was pointing out. But ultimately, yeah, dude, it's, when you have, sexual harassment or any of these sexual assault suits that happen within a company, you sue the company, not the person. You charge the person with the crime, but you sue the company. You were put in, you know, the company is at negligence for this. And this is a huge fucking company. So the big name of the company that I called is going to be not one of their associates. You know, you call Frank Azar the strong arm, and some dude named Luis Jesus is calling you. I was like, hey, I wanted to talk to the strong... No, he doesn't handle cases like this. It's just his name on the board. No, it was that name on the board that wants to sit down with us. So I reached out to Diana, and I sat outside with her. And I told her, and she's like, that's really good. She's like, I didn't realize how bad it fucked me up, bro. And she really, like, realistically, yeah, dude, like, I tried to explain it. It's like, dude, we live here. Like, it didn't really hit me until it was daytime 2 days later, and I see him, and I'm trying to avoid him. He's in the middle of the fucking building, like we come off the elevator. But imagine, you know, her only time is nighttime. Nighttime, bitch. Really, and every time she gets off the elevator, she has to face him. You know what I mean? And what else? And what else? And then going back to security and shit. It's like, I shook that guy's hand. I was like, you shook his sperm, bro. Do you think he washed it? Where do you think he put it? I have a whole... And I'm so scared to listen to what else he said in that video, bro. I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be big. That's why I had to sit down with her. I was like, I'm doing this for you. Because realistically, I was like, normally I don't do this type shit. I've never been called to do nothing. And she's really grateful. I was like, no, God told me. That's the type of shit that Gabriel said. And somewhere in my Sabbath, which I'm being guided to pull out, we said this 3 days ago. I was like, what kind of fucking stupid fucking battles are we supposed to be fighting? Oh, they got a battle for us. They created the battle. Hold on, let me find that book. Where's that book gone? Should be on top. God, why isn't it there? Hold on. I want to point this out. It was in the stars that this was going to fucking happen, bro. I had nothing to really do with it. You would say the wrong place at the wrong time, but according to God, it's the right time and the right place. Hold on. There it is. I know it to be a blue book. We read it just the other day, a couple days ago. I don't know. I was like, something. Full moon in Aries, October 6th. Here it is. Listen. October 21st. Known for balance, harmony, diplomacy. It says right here, in terms of rituals and... Hold on. I don't want to read all this. Yeah, it urges you to seek fairness and justice in interactions, promoting open dialogue and understanding. It reflects on how we can bring more balance into our lives, address any imbalances or conflicts. Then it says this, in terms of rituals, spells during this time, one can focus on enhancing their social justice efforts, fighting for social justice. This could involve engaging in acts of kindness or advocating, and that's what I'm being called to do, for a cause related to equality and fairness. Additionally, incorporating rituals that embrace the Venetian nature, and that's what I told her. I was like, we're in Libra season, dude. The scales are on our favor. I was like, pamper oneself through self-care practices. I told you, what am I doing? Luxurious baths, mindful meditation, practicing mindfulness and meditation. So it was already, and that's what I was like, what are we fighting for? Social. And sure enough, dude, what's today's date? The 17th. The new moon is when? The 21st? Is that a motherfucking Monday, bitches? 18, 19, 20, 21. Hike! We're gonna run this one. We run this bitch. Did I do this? No. That's why I said I'm gonna give up everything I do and just become an astrologer. Why? Because it's all written in the stars. I don't have to do any of this. I can just sit around watching the planets go by and say, yep, 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 yep. Yep, yep. So serious. If you guys understood how predictable the planets were and the influence they have in our lives, then you'd be really pissed off. Where the fuck is the free will in this? Hey, Free Willy, we're just riding the wave. Shut up, Holy Spirit. If you didn't make jokes along this shitty-ass life experience, then what good would you be? Sorry. Just wanted to point that out. Did you sign up for this? No, God signed me up. You're my most important fucking worker. Work. And you guys want me to get a real job. I'm about to cash out. And that's what I told her. I was like, do you think they want this to go to court? They're going to have us sign some fucking NDAs and give us a paycheck, bro. They don't want us to go to court. This will get so big, bro. With that fucking... TMZ wants that fucking video, bro. That is unreal, what he said in there. It would mortify people. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm going to take it to my documentary later. Such a winch. Yeah, it's all love, though. After going through some shit like this. Anyways, I don't know where that came from. You will find, I don't know, your heart, oh yeah, I was talking about being guided by your higher self. I didn't do this. I was told by a higher source to do some stupid shit like this. And I was like, that's what I told her. I was like, if we were white girls, we should fight for this. I was like, aren't we white girls? This is some white girl shit. We got this. Do you think that fucking family? Do you think that family where the kid fell out the fucking window? They didn't quietly give them money to shut the fuck up and not tell this story? Here's a story of a lovely family where their 7-year-old fell out the motherfucking window. The day after we talked about kids being thrown off the fucking walls of Egypt. We don't talk about stuff like that. We don't talk about Bruno. We don't talk about stuff. Why? Because the words become the reality. Be careful of this book, for it will happen to you. Just kidding. It's going to happen to you anyways. You might not have the fucking literature or understanding, because I didn't, and I'm just here to guide you through it, because it's for real going to happen to you. While I was going to it, I was crying to people, and I was like, nah, bro, they're not going to do this to you. It's because I'm the high priestess, and I'm the chosen one, and because God has a fucking vendetta with me, because, you know, I'm Lilith, and I have to learn my lesson. He's not going to do this to you. He did it to her. And every one of these fucking people that I read in this book, they have these unbelievable fucking, you know, life-altering fucking discords that literally change their lives forever, bro. There's no going back. Dan Chesborough, he created a whole organization called the Melchizedek Order, where he talks to a fucking angel just like me. Really? This lady, she talks to all the dark goddesses, which would be me. She can't wait to meet me, I'm sure. You know what I mean? I have all these books of them that they connected with the spirit, typically the divine feminine, their feelings. They went through their feelings and found God. That's what happened to motherfucking Carl Jung. He went through his brain and found God. Dante went through them. They all went through their thoughts, the images in their brain, plus their emotions, and they saw the fucking channel, the trip, back to God. Took Carl Jung 6 years. How long am I in? 3 years? But I gave it all everything I had. And I still do, every day. It's like, dude, I gave it every thought. I'm trained. Every image that's not of me, meaning it's not given to me by the divine, and it's just triggered, I know that this is work. And so I'm spending all this time, you know what I mean, breaking down the syllables, we'll say, the syllables of every image that's put into my head, so that I can understand where it comes from and the feelings associated to it. I'm a total fucking spiritual psychoanalyst. I do it spiritually to understand what the spiritual lesson is behind these life accords, right? You'll find that the depths you sank to no longer are accessible, for the worst is now behind you and access is denied. Try not to search for old feelings and emotions as you process your journey. Instead, accept all that has gone before you, and as you look forward to a new life, a fresh day is dawning. That's really it. I can't look back and feel sad unless I'm triggered into that feeling. I can't look back at, last Friday night and be like, oh, that's so sad. You should have never sent that text. I don't linger in feelings. What am I hearing? What is that? What coffee shop song is that? And I linger, I don't know, maybe it's the Cranberries? That was a good one. Sorry, I'm joking around. I think it is the Cranberries. I don't know. It's a coffee shop type song, fucking Friends type song. I don't know. Anyways, I don't try to look back and feel hurt. I look back, if I ever look back, it's to feel empowered. I don't usually, unless they show me that I'm still hurt about some shit in the past. But I don't look back with hurt or anger or anything. I handle it as it comes so that it doesn't linger. And not linger. I'm hearing it's a song, it's some girl, but it's just she seems like Mike Stud, where it's some fucking 90s song, bro. I'm gonna find that bitch. Send me that bitch. I don't know what that bitch is talking about. Some kind of background noise in some fucking movie. I don't know. A fresh day is dawning, and the only way out for you now is some pumpkin spice type bullshit. A fresh day is dawning, and the only way out for you now is back up. The weight of worry, doubts, and fears, and lack of self-worth will lift, leaving you to feel only freedom and no longer bruised. All that vexed you in the past will disappear and will not be bothered anymore. In fact, you won't even think about it, as your mind finds peace after its ordeal, and you move forward with newfound strength. And that's it. It's I literally move on. You can't move on if you're stuck in it. I don't understand why you guys don't get that. Finally, the shrouded veil will be raised from the sun comes out. The illusion of how you saw your family, friends, career, and your own life will be shattered. For it is the dark goddess who reveals the reality and the truth behind the pretense. Who is she? Who reveals this to you? I do. I show you. I'll show you all the time, fuckers. They're not that what you think it is, it isn't. Is it is or is it isn't? It isn't. It would be impossible for you to fake it. Let's see. Integrity is key in your relationship now, without the need for any masks. It would be impossible for you to fake it as you step into a new reality that is no longer just virtual. And that happened to me I'm seeing that's what happened with Sophie. It's we're chilling, but then you said some stupid ass shit and you're going off the deep end, and I'm going to get out the car and never talk to you again. I have no need to even fucking entertain this fucking conversation. She sent me literally, it's still in my texts. I think maybe one day I'll have to, see her apology. But it wasn't. It was gaslighting. It was going on forever. It's yeah, same thing happened with I remembered his name. His name was Ray. I spent the whole journey of my, living in my car with Ray, and he was my best friend, and I was so grateful for him, and I was out there helping him, and he was helping me. And the day I moved in here, he said something smart about these Venezuelans, and I never talked to him again. I don't need this. I don't need to justify why what you did was wrong. I don't need to hear anymore. I'm out of here, bro. And that's what it means about a mask, is meaning I'll take this. I can still work with this. I don't need to work with this. It could take that much. And that's why people don't get close, because they know they get one chance, one opportunity. If they fuck it up, I'll literally fucking wipe them out. Out of my memory, out of my energy, everything. If you come at me with some low vibrational shit and say some stupid shit, bro, that's all it takes. I'm not going to entertain no stupid shit, bro. And I'm quick to pop off on it. I don't have to. I don't have to. God said be kind. So I will use kind words as I exit the scene because you're dumb. I'm not going to have a further conversation. If you show me in the first, and you will, you'll show me what you're about within fucking, I'll read it before you get to me. And then it's just playing a game of cat and mouse. Are you going to open your mouth? Are you going to come and say what you came here to say? Or do I have to ask my spirit to tell me what the fuck is going on, and they'll tell me everything? Realistically, there's that little fun ordeal. But in the essence, it's like, no. I don't have to fake it with you, Bobby. I don't have to fake it with anybody. I don't have to fucking fake it for this job. I don't have to act like anything you want. If I'm not what you want, I'm out, bro. If you're gonna act funny with me, I'm out. That's what those masks are. Let me put on my face. Let me put on this, let me put on this personality. Dude, I had lots of them. I had like 7. I don't put on personalities no more. I put me, it's me. It's me. And so you don't do that. We don't do this no more. Really? Yeah. It's a big deal, dude. It's like, let's see. Where did I say this? To stand and reclaim your full power, you need to know how to draw from both your shadow side and light when it's needed. But only in perfect balance and knowing. The Dark Goddess gift is for anyone seeking to obtain self-mastery in order to move through life with greater understanding of themselves as a whole. And it is the greatest opportunity you will ever have. The goddesses have both a shadow side and a light side, but they know how to use either and how to use them when necessary. I went into a whole spiel about that earlier. It's like you want me to be predictable. You think that I'm an earth angel, or you think that I'm a devil. You can't figure out that I'm both. That I'm both sides. That I'm God's dark side and I'm God's light side in a female form, which is God's emotions on the light and emotions on the dark. Yeah? Yeah. Of course, they often went to extremes, but what their stories teach us is that everything has a consequence, and the lesson to be learned is to be aware of everything you do. Become conscious of every thought, word, and action, and remember everything, or whether you are female or male, the Dark Goddess resides within you. She remains an ally and offers to hold you in love and balance as you take your final steps towards wholeness. The light is shining through, it's shining through now, but the bond between you will never cease. And that's where it is where you re-enter these stages. And I'm okay with this. I know damn well when I'm dealing with Scorpio, I'm in Sheila Negate. Here we go. Let me spread my legs open and see what kind of pain and hurt is in there. Good God. Really? Some stupid shit like that. And that's just really what it is. It's like, oh, okay. I know where I'm at. And that's where it is like, oh, I'm getting tough love. I need to pull on my Cali. I know where this is coming from. And that's, it's all love. It's just tough love from God and Goddess, bro. It's tough. It's hard out there. All right, creating an inner goddess grove. It is time to create an inner sacred space, a goddess grove, so you can call upon the strength and attributes of your chosen goddess whenever you reach within. This will be your personal sanctuary, one in which the goddess can reside. Decide what it is you require at the time, and take a good look at the archetypical gifts of each dark goddess you've already met can offer you. These attributes are listed in the appendix. Appendix. I can't say it. Appendix. Yeah. Did I say it right? It sounded weird when I said it. If you feel drawn to explore the other dark goddesses that may be part of your culture or philosophy, you can check in there as well. For example, you might invite Seer to reside in your mind, for she offers inspiration. And that's where we're going into. Who was Seer? She's the star card. Or you might ask Morgan into your heart to defend your personal boundaries. That's me. I'm the Morgan always. I'm all of this, but I wasn't in all of those bodies, but I was the Morgan. Choose what you need at this time. And then it has a visualization. By this time, you already know how to do visualizations with them. Journal work. Reflect on your shadow side. Now that they've been exposed, make a list of all your shadow traits you've come to recognize along the way. What are my shadows? I realize more than anything, I'm not a fighter. I'm a flight. I don't have one thing I'm realizing right now is I don't fight. I flight real bad. I shut down when the shit is happening. I go numb and I just play with the role and let it play out, and then I get out. I'm more of a person, and I can say this, and I've told other people, that in the instance of a rape, just let it happen so that you can make it out with your life alive, because you don't want to die trying to overcome just this experience. So I'm more of a fighter. I turn off and I let the abuse happen, and then I run from it after the fact. I didn't fight during my abuse. No. My only fight that I do have is I'll raise my voice and I'll say hurtful words. That's my only defense that I do have, is raising my voice and saying hurtful words. I don't have it in me, but I guess in a dire need, I might become violent, but because of the violence that's been put on me, I'd hate to see what that would look like. By nature, I'm not a violent person. I'm more of a runaway with my feelings hurt and try to forget about it. How did it happen with Bobby? When he comes to mind, I'm like, just forget about it. Just forget about it. Just forget about it. I keep telling myself to forget about it, so I forget about it. I'm seeing what my shadows really, really are. The shadow is how you is what comes up when bad things are happening, when you're triggered. What comes up when things don't go your way, or when something gets in your way, or something is, unbelievable happens to you. What are your coping mechanisms? What are your triggers? How are your, what are your responses and your reactions, and how do you cope, and how do you heal, and how do you deal with life? If this is how I dealt with it, it had to stop, because it was never going to stop. It would be one, and that's why I'm dealing with this for the rest of my life. Anytime something terrible would happen to me, my mind would shut down, my emotions would shut down, and it would just happen. I would allow it to happen, and then afterwards run away and forget that it ever happened. And I have a good 39 years of stories to prove that that was who I was. This is a moment for me to fight, and that's why God's always trying to teach me to stand up for myself and for others. Now, this is the opposite. That is absolute karma. That is the opposite of what Lilith was. All of her power stripped away, and she became nothing but a passive, rule-following, law-abiding bitch. No, I had an attitude about everything, but I still did everything according to what I believed was right, and I had a code of ethic that I couldn't fucking break. So bad that I literally was psychotically programmed that I couldn't jump into the HOV lane. I couldn't break the double white line. That's how fucking structured I was. I couldn't do this. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do this. It was all structured in me from the outside world, and I followed these structures. So when the men came, the twin flames came, they made me break my own rules, and it was so hard. And then there was more rule breaking that needed to be done. But that's who I am. But that's not what I was born as. And I had to become what I really am. I am the rebellion that happens during this time. But I had to rebel against, to get myself out, to be what I truly am, is rebellion. I am the rebellion. I'm the first rebellion. Lucifer was the second. We're rebelling this time in the name of God. The darkness shall rise. We're using our powers of darkness in the name of God. And we're taking those out of the dark that want to, rebel against it and change their ways to the light with us. We can't save those. They're our people. We were raised with the wolves, and we can't get them. We can't get them all, but some of the little cubs are going to come with us. They want a different life. They're not going to burn here. And that's really it, bro. We're all fucked. We're the left behind. We're the fucked. We are a fucking generation of the damned. And we keep having damned children. We have an opportunity starting, you know what I mean, every day to pull ourselves out of our own self-made hells. We were born into this bitch, bro. I don't care if you were born into money. You have scarier stories than us on the streets, and you know it. We were born in hell. And we have to break out of it. And it's all in the mind. And we can create a better place if we have a better mindset. And that's what I'm here to do as the fucking leader. But I had to fucking lead myself out of there first. And that's what I stand here screaming and yelling at you guys to fucking get the fuck out of your lives. They're fucking hell. God has a better plan. He's got a better life for you. I swear to God. On everything holy, with all my powers and all the deities, they're trying to get you out. You're in hell, bro. You were born in hell. Your family's created a hell in your mind, your schools, the whole Constitution. And that goes across every one of the 12 tribes of Israel. This spreads across the world. You guys believe everybody to be bad. You live in fear. You live in hatred. You live in discord. They made us this way, bro. They made us believe bad things about people we don't even fucking know. They made us fear people we don't know. They made us hurt people we don't know. They made us hate people we don't know. Because they did. We were raised by a generation of fucking haters. And we've become the biggest fucking haters. And we're raising little haters. Put down the haterade, dude, and pick up the Jesus juice. For real? For real, bro. We gotta change the world. It starts with us, bro. Showing people around us how to make better choices. By us making them, not just talking about it, but really showing them what it takes. We have to, you know what I mean? We're gonna rehabilitate the world. You know, reach one, teach one. Once a day, you can change somebody's mindset where they're not being such a fucking negative person. If they're walking around all that negative, they're putting out that negative. We can't change their whole mind, but we can with one thought. And that's what Pac said, bro. I'm gonna spark the mind that'll change the world. Yeah, you're one hell of a fucking spark, bro. That's my twin flame over there. Alright, let's move on. Understanding your shadow side, work hand in hand with the dark goddess herself. Each dark goddess has her has her own archetypical behavioral traits. And that's what it is. I can look at your fucking behaviors and call it a fucking feminine name and you're going to get real mad. But that's what you are. You're acting in your feminine feelings. If you're ever in your feelings, which should be all the time, you're acting in a dark feeling typically. I can't run around saying you're being a whole Buddha. You're in the energy of fucking Jesus right now. No, that's not what you're doing right now. You're in your goddess. You're in the divine. You're in your distorted fucking feminine feelings right now. As you look at each of your own shadow traits, in turn, it'll match that of a dark goddess, and you will understand who has been influencing you. For instance, if you have an inner anger, it's the Morgan who is influencing you to fight. It's in my nature to be angry. You won't like me when I'm angry. That's the Queen of Swords, bro. I'm always ready for a fight, bro. What'd you say? I will pull this sword out and I will cut you with what? The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me fucking God. Don't make me say this. Don't make me say this. Am I going to hurt you physically? No, I'm going to hurt you so bad with the truth. That is that sword of truth given to me by Archangel Michael. Don't make me pull out the sword, bro. Don't make me say this shit. There's no coming back from this shit. If you're a victim mentality and you blame others for your woes, then you can be sure it's Famanach running the show. Take a moment to go within and uncover your shadow side. When you've written a list of your traits, write down the dark goddess who's associated with the characteristics next to each one. Now oh God, you're not going to like this. Now you know who has been truly walking with you. Quietly ask the dark goddess whose archetypical character matches your shadow side to safeguard those traits for you, to keep them locked down within, shut up, Kanye, locked away within for now. What does that mean? You find out it's not a devil. It's not a demon. It's a feeling. In essence, they say you meet your devils, right? Your inner devils when you're doing shadow work, which you meet your dark side. All right, so so what it says right here, it's like you find out who's been instigating you, who's been making your life hard, who's the devil on your shoulder, who's, you know what I mean, what demon has been influencing your life lately. It's not. Because if you understand the lesson they're trying to learn, it's like, you know, it's just an energy and they're standing over you. You've been pushed into their life's, you know, they were the archetype, right? What does that mean? It means their life was the type of life that'll be a type of life for all types of life. That's what an archetype means. So when they went through this, their story lives on through all lives. Who's the archetype? Pac. Pac is an archetype of an energy. He was a created own energy. Thug life is its own energy created by him that lives within all of us. Alright? Mamba, right there. Kobe is an archetype of an energy of a male. That is a mentality, a way of life that lives within all of us. Right? So I can tell you when I see Khalik, that Khalik is the feelings of Kobe Bryant. That's the yin to the yang right there. I know that. The same thing. If I'm in a Kobe energy, which we always are on a fucking Friday, we're in game time, which is what? Being pushed deeper and darker into your dark night of the soul. Right? That's what it is. If I'm in that, I can give you a name. Who's in my energy? No, we're in Kobe. We're in this stage. We're in this stage. And that's it. It's above us. You just can't see it. I can sense it. We're learning these lessons right now. It's time. Time is on our hands. Time is on our fucking neck. We go through these stages. Now this is what you're not going to like, and I got the download. I showed you this 2 days ago. You're not going to like this part. It's the part where the beat breaks down. How bad is it? It's real bad, guys. And this is why I do this. So, for example, we're going to go right here. I need the seasons, not the rays, not the elements, the seasons. The wheel of the year. I showed you this 2 days ago, right? Give me a second, mamas. We're about to go into Samhain, right? Litha. Astara. This should be right here. Yule. Why didn't it show me all of them? Oh, because they come later. Those are the maiden ones. Give me a second. Why didn't it show me them all? There it is, Samhain. Alright, so during this time, we're going to have all of these goddess energies, which are all of these feelings. Okay, count them. How many are there? Right? How many more? They keep going, bro. We're going to go through all of these. We're going to go through all of these feelings during this time. When does this start? October 31st. Confirmation. Hey, did you know that? I did. I found out that fucking laundromat was 24 hours. It freaked me out. I was trying to hurry. Anyways, well, wait. Yule had to have come in here somewhere. Hold on. Maybe I missed Yule. No. It says Samhain is the last one. Why doesn't it show Yule? It must have started in the beginning. But we'll go through all these layers of Dark Goddess lessons. So what was I in? The one I caught that I'd never been in before was the Black Tara, which was the star card, is what we found again, which was Saradwin. And that's where it is you might only know them from one culture, and you get real culturized realizing this because they ruled. So, you know, as much as I say bridge, it keeps pulling me back to Mama Bridge, you know, from Hindu. I was, you know, Mama Bridge of Haitian. I started, you know, all that fucking voodoo and all that shit that they do down in the New Orleans and all that, that's mine. Those are all my teachings, all of that shit. Really? Yeah. That was an actual life. So there's, you know, my energy, you know, I'm going to give you a piece of my soul as you incarnate. We put in all our souls into this incarnated soul, right? Starseed. But then there's the actual, you know, I'm taking life now. I'm going to take this life. This one's going to be mine. And I'm going to just take all of me. And realistically, I couldn't fit all of me in this. I couldn't fit all of my dark feelings. So what did we do? Poured some sugar on the boys. They're holding parts of my darkness that reflects back. They're in different, or the same, if you will, Dark Goddess energy. Because I can't hold all of it. Can't hold all the lessons. Why? Because there's plenty of lessons to be learned. Did you get all that? Nope, I bet you didn't. Too many layers to me. You can't expect me to be predictable when we're constantly working through all the layers of what God made me. Just accept it. Alright, so let's see. You can write down the list. Only borrow those darker qualities when the situation arises. You don't want to always be in battle. That's it. I was always ready for a battle. No, put the fucking sword down, dude. I don't want to fight today. Really? Yup. And that's Medusa. You know what I mean? Always about appearances. You know what I mean? Persephone. Always doing what I'm fucking told. You know what I mean? All of these things. You know, Lilith. Not submitting. Has to be, you know, you have to find a different way. Can't just go with the fucking flow. All of these different lessons. You must be in mindful control and balance. Which dark goddess are you working with? Shall we find out? And that's where these came in later. What are these? The cards that went with the book. And she put them all into cards. So then I can sit here and pull these cards on the weekend and see what dark feelings we're in. I would have to say anger because we keep pulling it up in some reason. People, well, all week they were talking about it, or at least last weekend. Let me give it a good shuffle of this. Hey, what are you doing over there? She can't hear me. I'm getting hungry. What do we got? I fucking told you, bitch. I told you, bitch. The veiled one. I'm gonna pull out my veil. I'm gonna look all scary for Halloween. For real, I look scary every fucking day. Every day is Halloween for me. Told you, bitch. Am I psychic or what? No, I'm part of it. That's just what you call me. It's so stupid. I don't even want to get into this. Why? Because it's the worst fucking goddess in the deck, bro. It's Kobe. It's Friday night. He's about to fucking put the lights out on our ass. What is he teaching? Endurance? What does that mean? How much can you take before you lose your shit? It's an endurance check. They want to see how much you can take before you lose your shit. Well, get ready to lose your shit. It's not, you're not going to win this fight. It's just to see where you need more. Wow. I pulled this card and got upset and I lost my connection and I hooked it up to the internet, so I don't know if I may have got upset through this whole video and disconnected it. I do that a lot. If my energy gets raw, it shuts everything down around me. There's nothing more raw than this card. It's Kobe in your face. As I was proceeding to say, this isn't about winning. It's about understanding where your weaknesses so that you can work on them. And as we made this list, it makes perfect sense. Kobe comes in to push you to see where you need to be stronger, and that's what I said 2 days ago. Shadow work for me is all we do around here, and I do it with him, and I know him by this card. I know him by face, but later, after spending, because this is a, you know, this layer of the Dark Night of the Soul doesn't come till way later after Morgan, after all of these fights. Seriously, yeah, look, it goes like Khalik. It goes, she's the last one before you get out of it. Really? Yeah, but at the same time, they need to do, it's like I said, finals. For real? Yeah. I think it's Morgan and then what? Artemisia? No, the Khalik. Number 13. Autumn and winter. Let's see, that's the Kali. Mountains, rocks, hammers, snow. She brings that wet, cold weather that we're going through. She brings in the crone season, bro. But she's really what is happening right now in your life. An endurance check. They want to see where you're weak. So they're going to push you to snap so they can see your response time. So you can. They already know. Don't expect to win this. It's not about winning it. It's about seeing where you can be stronger. That's it. You're about to go through a really quick boot camp. And they're going to see where, you know, areas in your life that you need to face, which are fears. You need to be stronger in these areas in your life. You're still weak. You don't have self-discipline. You don't have self-control. You don't have freedom in these areas of your life. You're still trapped in these areas of your life. You haven't reclaimed your sovereignty or, you know, your identity in these areas of life. As I started to work through the natal chart, it's like that's useless information to me. I have worked through my natal chart. I work through it every time it comes around those stupid seasons. A natal chart reader will tell you who you really are and where you're lacking, what you need to be working on at each part of the 12 seasons as these planets are moving through the sky. I do that over here every day, dude. Do or die. I do it without the actual understanding of the planets. I can see them in my cards. And that's where I can take tarot, and I'm trying to teach you guys, is what happened yesterday. Well, yesterday we pulled a card, and we were yesterday my solar plexus was going off. So I went into my archangels, and I looked under solar plexus, and what I found in there was Cassiopeia, which is a star constellation. I use that star constellation to go over to my quantum tarot that talks about star constellations. And by that, I knew the energy that was upon me. And what was it? The Queen of Swords. So who's the Queen of Swords? Morgan. It takes a little research to understand it. And that's where it is like, how did you gain all this? A lot of research to understand what energy is upon us and what's influencing my life. And that's what I'm always telling you. I'm here to teach you. I'm an energy reader. I'm the highest level of light. I'm up here telling you what's about to come down the tree. About to pull down, you know what I mean? What's coming around the mountain at you. Really? Yeah, so you probably watch these videos, and then a week later, or however long later, it happens to you. And you're like, oh my God, she predicted this. No, it hit me first, you bastard. I told you what it was, and I told you how it hit me. It just hit you later. I'm your fucking, your first responder to the bullshit. Really? But then there's things that are going on in this world I'm lost to know. The president said what? I just found out today. There's a lot of people scared. I did a whole teaching today about money, and then I got off the line, and there's this thing, we're all on government funding, right? So I saw this thing that said, they made an announcement that if something doesn't happen, they didn't say anything about the fund, but they said none of us are going to get food stamps next month if they don't open the government. It's looking like we won't get food stamps next month. For Thanksgiving, there's going to be a bunch of families that don't have food if something doesn't happen. And I read that, and I kept it to myself. And then I saw another lady. She's like, did you read that? I was like, I actually saw it today. I read it in the energy. God's not going to let us go hungry. God rules over the governments. Really? Yeah. And realistically, is the government going to let this go on? Do you think they won't let it do something? And meanwhile, you look at the people in the comments, and they're like, that's my president. That's what you guys get. That's how you feel about it. You feel that me and my family don't deserve to eat next month because your president can't agree on spending habits of this country? Pay for childcare because your president took away childcare, resources. And their baby daddies don't pay any rent. And for a family of 2, they make less than, you know what I mean? Like, do you know the stipulations? You don't. You just want to sit there and judge where the tax money goes, and that's where this problem is. Everybody's arguing about where this government money goes and who's worthy to spend it. And meanwhile, what's going to happen? The American families are going to go hungry because they want to feed other people. Is that going to happen? I don't know. The famine was in the future. Are we going to be protected? Yeah, we'll be fine. We're resourceful. We always have. God has always provided us with food and resources. And that's what happens is the resourceful will still be okay. It's for those of you that don't know how to survive without your own, you know what I mean? And that's really the thing. I saw that today. It's like, fuck, that's going to hit a lot of people. It's hitting the news. And it's not just, I don't think it's just Colorado. I don't think so. They got a famine crisis about to hit right before the holidays. Thanksgiving, all those sales where all these supermarkets are buying all this extra food because they're waiting to cash out on the American pattern of out of gluttony. We go from glutton to starved. Oh no, bro. I have to go back to that, and that's what Coloradans are famous for. What happens during a storm? Milk, bread, cereal. People eat sandwiches and cereal during snowstorms around here. Apparently, it's the first thing to be wiped out on the fucking every one of these stores. So, and that being said, I just want to put that out there for those of you that want to be generous in the giving season. It looks like they're really going to need some fucking, put some bread on the table. Give us this day our daily bread. I don't think they're going to need money. I think they're going to need food around this bitch for Christmas. That changes a lot of things. And that's what it was. You go back, I'm seeing that movie, you know, Grinch, the Scrooge McDuck. It's like, you know what I mean? His workers didn't even have food for their Christmas dinner, and he's over there, you know, a bastard. What a bastard. Is it going to happen? I don't know. They're projecting. They're trying to warn people now. They're barely telling us 15 days before it happens that, hey, you guys might not have no food to eat off of next month. Oh, that's nice. What can you do? Pray for the government. Pray for them. You have to go to God and ask for them. God, bring peace upon this situation. Really? Sometimes you have to pray for your nations, bro. You have to pray for your government. You have to pray. What are we praying for? Their hearts? So they can fucking have some compassion and have some understanding, and somebody can compromise up there. That's why it's shut down. Nobody's compromising. Which would explain why that would explain why so many people, all these things are happening. It doesn't affect him on the top. It doesn't affect a lot of people. Because, and you could sit there and judge and not feel sorry, not feel empathy, not feel anything for what's happening. But it's funny because the people outside of our government, outside of the great country of America, are really seeing what a shithole we are. We can't come to, we can't come to an agreement. We're being, exactly as I said, our fucking country is being torn apart from the inside. And they're just watching us tear each other apart by him forcing new ways and people refusing and all of this. Everybody holding on. It's real bad. It's like a rubber band, right? It's like, I see it kind of like, they're showing me, thanks Metatron, something like this, sort of. They're showing me actually kind of like in a dream catcher way, where like, everybody's pulling a string. Everybody's pulling all these strings, and it's gonna snap. The whole thing's gonna snap. Everybody's pulling the strings. There's too many. As I said today, I was like, well, I'm not gonna call any other, attorneys. I'll wait till you get back. I was like, I don't want too many hands in the pot. And that's what it is. It's like everybody has their agenda. And everybody knows that they're right and you're wrong and this is the right thing to do and you're just trying to do the wrong thing. And nobody wants to listen to nobody. And it's like my way or the highway. And because of that, we're at a stalemate. That is a fucking two of swords. It's a fucking clash of belief systems, understanding. All they need is some Jesus. So all we can do right now is pray for the people in charge to have some Jesus in their life. Jesus, I invocate you upon the government. And realistically, if you really want to get specific, dude, we'll go straight to the fucking dominions, because they rule over governments. They have dominion over people. So realistically, don't make me call them the dominions. And pretty much that's all that means, is I have the power to do so. I know which layer of the divine to call in to fix, what's going on in time. How can I do that? The power given to me in the Revelation days of chapter 11 through 13. I can do such things. As the witness to all this bullshit, I can call the divine, I can call justice at any time on anyone. I'm not justice. They are. They'll bring justice to you. They are the justice system. I'm just a witness. Can't you tell? All I do is record all the shit, what I see and hear. And I put it here for everybody to hear and see. Really? Yep. And that's what makes me famous. Why? Just being here, being alive during these times. Can I get a witness? Hell yeah. Can I get another one? Where's my witness? Are you seeing this? Can you believe this shit? Is this shit for real? Welcome to my life. Hey, I love you guys. With that being said, we're going to move on to supper. Maybe a dark night reading about your feelings. I really don't want to get into them. Why? Because once we get into them, there's crying and anger and hatred and discord. I mean, we have to face it, but do you really want to get pissed off right now? Do you want to get upset with someone? Do you want to you want to hurt? It's like, this is what I do, but I don't feel it right now. I told you, my tower said it was reversed. I already faced mine for breakfast. You be banging on breakfast? Bro, I went to sleep. That's the fucking, we be hood banging, bro, all the time. For reals? Yep. All that... all that yip-yapping and jaw-jacking. If you're scared, go to church. This is what we're called to do. We are warriors of the light, and I'm about to fight. You gotta fight. What happened? I'm in my Morgan. I don't know. And that's what we said. Fucking Queen of Swords. Should have seen this yesterday. I didn't have all the pieces. Oh, well, let me paint the picture for you. Yeah, picture me rolling up out of this shit. Right, Pac? Right. We just want a happy meal and a fucking laugh, dude. One for the homies in the hood. Just stare at the sky at the end of the night and just, you know, chill. What the fuck is all this life, bro? Life be life, and dude, there's so much life to have. It's like, get a life. Bro, you guys don't even put in half the work in your life, bro. You don't even have a life. You just have a job and a bunch of karma. Ugh, work through that. Shadow work. And that's it. Fucking fuck you, and fuck you, and fuck you. And no, going back to Hades over there. He's like, yeah, people are always talking about shadow work, but there's other ways. Oh yeah, you know another way to God? I'd like to know your way. Show me your way, King of Wands. Is my way or the highway? You know, Steve's Love Tarot calls you the Burger King, Mr. King of Wands. You were never an emperor, because you don't have a heart. An emperor loves his people, bro. He fights for his people. Have you ever seen the movie Troy? Okay, so, Prince, come on, dude. I kind of want to choke you out right now. Give me a minute. I'm being triggered. Put your hands up in the air. Okay. He cared about his men. These are my countrymen. And I don't want to see them die so that my brother can have his fucking prize. And that's really what it is. It's where you care about people. You don't care about nobody, bro. You care about fucking having some girl feed you grapes while you sit there and pick your nose and pull cards. You're such a loser. Jesus Christ almighty. Talk about fucking powerless to the human experience. Hey, I was you. I was once like you. And then I woke the fuck up. Thank you, God, at 117. Hey, guys. I'm not the one that wakes you. I'm just the one that leads you through the awakening. And it's a fucking treacherous it's a treacherous ride. People sit there pretending like they're not waking up, but they are. They're just not moving into the awakening. They're stuck there awoke in a shit ass, they're like wide awake in hell. Thanks, good song, Marshall. Happy birthday to you. Stay wide awake. As I sit down here. Shut up! I don't want to sing my song. Last song and dance. Say goodbye to Hollywood. Enough! It's a tribute to Marshall Mathers on his birthday. Anyways, where are we at? Morgan and Khalik and all of it. Welcome to the Dark Night of the Soul. We're going to do an endurance test real quick. We're going to see where you're weak and your, you know, what your negativity levels are. We're going to see how negative you go, is what that card means. Yeah, so whatever pushes your buttons, get ready. You're going to push your buttons to see your action time, to see what, oh, this doesn't bother you? This always bothers you. This always bothers you. This always, if you don't stop fucking bothering me, they just want to see how much you can get bothered. He's like, I'm seeing that movie of Armageddon. He's like, this room bothers me. I wasn't bothered until you put me in this room. Huh? You going outside? Stay away from the street, bro. Find a different place to hang out. So I have these visions of, you know, drive-bys where they just roll up on the corner and throw you into the van. Really? Yeah, not you, but just in general. I have visions of that shit. Can you not be on the street like that? Okay. What side? He's like, I'm going outside. I appreciate that. He just started doing that. I told him today if he wanted to switch schools. He was like, wait, what? I was like, well, we got to change something. You're fucking off at school. So, I don't know. I'm going to talk to the kids about that, too. And I did talk to the school navigator. They're like, we could do that next week if you really want to do that. I was like, I might want to do that. Realistically, yeah, a new way of life. And this lady was standing next to me when I told her. I was like, yeah, well, my kid, you know, he's fucking up in school and he's just fucking bored, dude. He's just really bored. He's like, you know, he's used to COVID where he does his work, do whatever he wants. So then he does his work and then he plays on the computers and they catch him and he just keeps getting messed up. So I think, like, you know, I should probably find an alternative, you know, school for him so he's not bored. Because otherwise he's just getting in trouble, dude. He's messing with the whole situation. And they're like, yeah. And the lady was like, that's pretty cool. He's like, that's how my kid was. I was like, I mean, not every kid is, you know, I'm trying to put a round peg in a, you know, a square peg in a round hole. It's like, you know, it's not that he can't learn like everyone else. He's not illiterate or anything like that. He's just bored. And he's already GT. You know what I mean? They're not pushing him. I don't feel like pushing the school to make them perform better, to make him perform better. It's like we could just put him in a different kind of, you know, a league of his own. Really, realistically, let him learn at his own pace. I'm not signing up for no homeschooling. I'm not trying to learn with him. But it'll be a learning experience, that's for sure. Change the fucking situation. But ultimately, I mean, Doogie Howser over there can graduate before my daughter. And then what are we going to do? I don't know. I still don't know what I'm going to do with this genius in my house that just plays video games. It's pretty much all he is. I don't know what to do with him. God has a plan for him. Until then, I just nurture his genealogy. Really? Yeah, pretty much. What the fuck am I supposed to do with him? Am I supposed to tell him what he's supposed to do with his life? I don't know. He's going to be a genius. What the fuck am I supposed to tell him to do? He's going to create something. He's going to have this spark of genius, this great idea, and then he's going to know how to create it. E.T. phone home. He's going to create a spaceship for us or something. I don't know. I know that's his job. How am I supposed to do that? I don't know. It's God's plan on his life. And that's where these people sit there and they're like, I'm going to make you my something. I don't know. You want them to be something before they even know what their skills are. DJ no skills, and you're mad because they can't, you know, you're those Asian parents that want their kids to be all fucking geniuses and perfect and that nothing they do is good enough. Hey Russ, is that your parents? I thought they were fucking something else. Whatever. They might have it in them. They have bad qualities. We're gonna stop there and I'll pull out some shadows, I guess. We'll talk about the levels of this bullshit. The levels and the devils. But yeah, that's all we do around here. Really? Pretty much. We sit in the light until we gotta do dark work. Really? Yeah, it's all good until it sucks. Isn't that a good life? It's all good until it sucks. Yeah. Love yous. Laters. Bye-bye now.